left, right, centre. I'm not 100% sure that that is, in our 21st century, the best way of looking at things. The way that I think that I would like politics to go, and I don't know if it will ever go like this, and I'm sure political scientists have thought about this and brought their incredibly powerful minds to this, in a way that I would never be able to do, but it's working more on an ethical framework of politics. So you have stewardship, recognising that we are here to steward stuff, and interdependence. The stewardship builds into what we are taking charge of, how we look after the things that we are given. And the interdependence is how do we connect across things. If you ground your political thinking in that sort of ethical approach, rather than an ideological identity political approach, then stewardship would cover things like the planet, the environment. How do we look after this incredible bit of rock that we're floating around on in the middle of the outer space? How do we look after that? How do we steward it well? And then you couple that with, I'm interconnected with all of these other people. There is a dignity of that person that I'm talking to. There is a dignity of that person opposite me. So I interact with them in a way which is respectful of the dignity that they hold, the dignity of every person. And then we have got a shared responsibility in all of those things, every one of us, to look after where we are and to treat people in the best possible way. Doesn't mean say you're not going to fall out, doesn't mean say you're not going to get into spats every now and again, but it does mean understanding that as humans we are all interconnected somehow. We have a shared planet, we have finite resources, land masses that we all live on, so how can we best interact with each other and interconnect with each other in a way that's just going to benefit each other, rather than the strong man lining up a row of warships and storming the beaches and killing all of the people that are on the shore.
That's the good thing about here in New Zealand, although it's not fully appreciated or even known about, but the Maori have a concept of kaitiakitanga, that you are protecting the planet.
That's
because
right.
if you don't, your kids aren't going to have a good life.
It's that guardianship and stewardship.
But this is something, you touched on ethics, and of course I taught ethics in the UK. Most countries don't teach it. So if you're not teaching kids about ethics, they're growing up not knowing it even exists or even why it's important. And because no one in the political sphere is often talking about it unless they're forced to, or admit wrongdoing, which then it becomes a legal concept rather than ethical in itself, they don't know what to look out for. They don't know if someone's saying it, oh, that would be a good person to put in charge because they're ethically minded. There's been a move in the last 20 years in politics towards toxic masculinity, where you've got to be brash and you've got to be arrogant and you've got to be showing your wealth, otherwise you've got no status. That would not have been tolerated anywhere during the Cold War period in the West.
No, probably not.